Okay, today I went to Grocery Outlet, got some corn on the cob, and these cobs because they didn't have the regular fresh corn, so I had to get this. Got some Munster cheese, some Idaho potatoes, which is on sale. I got a jumbo pack of pork chops, 8.68 pounds, $1.59 a pound for $13.80. So I'm gonna separate some of these pork chops and cook them on the grill. And I'm gonna put some water in here. And we're going to boil the corn on the cob. Okay, so I got the corn in the pot. We're going to boil up the corn. And now I'm going to season and marinate the pork chops. So let's get the marinating and preparing lunch. Okay, so the pork chops are marinating. So let's put them in the refrigerator and let them marinate until they're ready to be cooked on the grill. Now we're going to wrap up the potatoes, make baked potatoes. And the corn is still boiling. Baked potato time. Okay, so got the potatoes, the Idaho potatoes wrapped up, and they will be put on the grill, and the corn is just beginning to boil. So let's fire up the grill. Corn is boiling, yay! So I'm going to cover it up. Okay, the corn and cob is boiled a few minutes, so I'm going to turn this oven off, and then cover it up, and then put it nice and moist for dinner, for lunch. Oh, and the reason why I have so many potatoes is because I'm going to leave some of these out for the dogs, because this is good to mix with their dog food, so I can use it for extra purposes. Well, there is Max. And I bring the grill over here. And the charcoal. I'm always afraid of anything that makes noise. Here against the wall. And get the charcoal and lighter fluid and start it up. And I'm going to burn this old t-shirt. Has holes in it because I can use it for igniter and saves on charcoal use and lighter fluid use, and because I'm all about saving money doing these things. Alright, so let's get this thing set up. Okay, so I got the t-shirt all soaked up, and there's Max laying on the outside. So let's put the charcoal on. The Kingsford Pecan Charcoal Briquettes. Okay, so I got the charcoal in the grill. Let's put the lighter fluid on it. Hope it does not rain. I can also already feel a couple raindrops falling on me. So hopefully it doesn't rain while I'm cooking this thing, but I can feel them now. If it does rain, I can put the grill under that little overhang, that facial board or whatever it's called. Fascia, whatever it's called. So, soak the briquettes in first, and can start lighting up the fire. And hopefully it doesn't rain hard, because it'll mess up my grilling if it does. Alright. Put the top thing on. Let's light it up. Get this out of the way so it doesn't accidentally catch fire. Alright, it's lit. And wait for the charcoal briquettes to get nice and hot, and they're going to start putting the potatoes on there and let them cook. And Max, of course, doesn't like the fire, so as soon as he sees the fire, he wants to go inside the house. So let's get him in the house. Max does not like smoke or any kind of popping sound. But get in now. You want to go inside, you go stay inside. Gypsy's outside here though. Alright, so we get the fire going. Hopefully, like I said, it doesn't rain. Knock up everything. The drizzle is okay, but pouring down rain will mess everything up. I gotta get these charcoal briquettes out of the way. Put them back in the shed or the garage, and we'll start cooking. So because of a light drizzle, I had to put the grill over here, keep it out of the rain, because it's drizzling right now. Put baked potatoes on here, let these heat up, because baked potatoes take a while to cook, and they'll take a lot less time than it would for the pork chops. It's just about All right. Okay, my next part of my project of the day, I'm going to fill in these holes that I dug up in these grass that I pulled up out of these cracks in the driveway. So I got sand that I got from Lowe's today, so I'm going to fill that in. But right now it is raining and it's not very comfortable. So I'm going to fill in the holes here along other cracks of the driveway with sand. A little temporary fix before I paper over this thing. You can see I get weeds every so often grow in the cracks. And I want to make a little bit preventive of that. All this stuff, vegetation, there's some of these plants along the property line with the neighbor. For some reason these people don't want to trim their hedges, and it's kind of disgusting, and they have these crappy plants. So and these plants will overgrow into the property line here, the property here, and it makes everything look disgusting. So I hate these pepper plants. They're disgusting. They make me sneeze. They don't even look nice. I don't know why these people, like I guess people get the cheapest plant and they plant goofy stuff. So I'm going to pick up all this stuff later. Cut this down a couple days ago. Still haven't gotten to it. But anyway, I'm going to fill in these cracks in the driveway. That's another plan I'm going to do. And get to it. There's Gypsy in the Rain. Gypsy in the Rain. Like the rain just up. And this is the neighbor property. And he's letting his grass be taken over by vegetation. He pays me $30 to cut his grass, but he lets it grow so high, and then it's really hard for my lawnmower to cut this stuff, especially in the wetness. And as you can see, its plants are actually growing in his yard now. Some kind of like, I don't know what, daffodils, I don't know exactly what they're called. So hopefully he'll tell me to cut this grass soon, because he always waits till the last minute. I don't think he even goes out in the backyard. And it's just a real pain to cut this. I should charge him more. But I got the $30 and it doesn't cost him much to cook, to make it. And I'm not doing anything else, and it's easy $30, I guess. Well, it's not an easy $30 because it takes longer to cut this grass than my own yard. And his yard is only about 1/4 of the property. This actually house used to be connected to my house until the original owners divided the property and sold it as a cottage. All right, so here's the corn growing real high, well over 9 feet tall, some of them. And here's a good cob right here, feed corn though. All right, so let's get to cooking. I get my pick, because I'm putting my hand doing this. Whoop. Just about covered up, so I'm going to cover this thing up now. You can see the top is wet from the rain. The rain slows down, I'm going to put that sand in those cracks. I don't like it doing it while it's raining, because it messes up my spreading or distribution of the sand. Also going to make some garlic toast with oregano, garlic, Italian seasoning, and butter. And let's stick this in the oven. Well, we got to make the oven preheat a little more. So we're going to put the pork chops on the grill. Okay, so let's take the pork chops outside and put them on the grill. Okay, so the pork chops are now on the grill. Baked potatoes are cooking. They need to get softened up, so hopefully in about 20-30 minutes, 35 minutes, ready to eat. Alright, so we're just going to keep checking on. And like I said, it's raining now, so I had to put the grill under here, a little overhang, so covers it up from keeping the rain out. So let's cover this up and check back on it in a few, and put the garlic toast in the oven. Okay, so the garlic oven is now pre-cooked about 325 degrees, so I'm going to stick this toast in here, and probably taking about 15 minutes, it should be ready to eat, and you can have garlic toast with the lunch. So just set the timer for 15 minutes so I don't forget it. There we go. And just like that, it's back to being sunny. The rain has stopped, so I put the grill from there back to the outside to keep it away from the house. So let's look at the pork chops and see how they're doing. Looking good. Maybe flip them over. And I'll cook on the other side. Feel nice and juicy and moist. The potatoes are getting a little softer. So let's cook on that side. Hopefully maybe 15 minutes everything will be done. Okay, so we're getting ready to put the sand down in the cracks and fill in these cracks in the whole of the driveway. And sweep it in there. The driveway's a little bit wet, but I don't think it's going to hurt. Putting sand down in there, it's not going to hurt it, I don't think. It's not going to make much of a negative effect to it. Alright, so let's get the sand down in these holes. The second part of my project for the day. Okay, so I threw the sand down in the holes. Obviously, I'm going to need a lot more sand, probably about 10 more bags to fill in these other holes. So what I'm going to do next is sweep it into the cracks and hopefully it'll fill in a good punch of it. And maybe you'll get some excess to fill in like this part here. So let's get the broom and sweep it in and hopefully fill in good sections of it. Okay, let's get my little broom and we're going to sweep in these holes. And I'm going to need both hands because it's not sweeping very good with just one hand while the other hand's holding the camera. So I'm going to try to evenly distribute this and fill in the hole and make it look nicer. Okay, so I got a little bit of it fixed. Temporary fix. Broom wasn't very good. I gotta get a better broom. Because the broom broke. A little cheap broom I got. Here's the broom handle. That's okay. I got better regular, more industrial strength broom. But I got some of it filled in. I'll have to clean it up more. Just need a better broom. It's actually quite tiring. To do with just one hand doing this. But I filled in some of the holes. It's, like I said, a temporary fix. And hopefully I'll fill in these other holes. So I've got to do all this part here. I might not need as many bags as I thought. Maybe like 5 bags of sand might do the trick. We'll see. So I hope you like this part of the project. Improves the look of the house. Makes the driveway look a little bit better conditioned. I can sweep this, wash all this off, the excess off, and it'll all go into the holes and it'll even out. Well, that's the hope. So let's get back to cooking the pork chops. So let's see how the pork chops are doing. Let's flip them over again. Put them in different positions. See, it's getting soft. Maybe 15 more minutes to be done. So I put the butter in the baked potato. Pork chops are just about done. So maybe another 10 minutes I can cook them on the other side. So I'm going to get ready to put the barbecue sauce on. I have Heinz Kansas City style barbecue sauce. Kansas City! Oh my goodness! It's like reminds me of Overland Park. Alright, so gonna put the barbecue sauce on, the pork chops, get the butter and baked potato, get the corn inside. So another 10 minutes, ready for dinner. I got these 4 baked potatoes out. I'm not gonna put any butter on them because I'm gonna leave them for the dogs. So mix it in with the dog food and use it for dog food. Alright, so let's get barbecue sauce on. There's a hummingbird over there too. See if I can show it to you. Hummingbird. It's on the hummingbird feeder. So we get close to the hummingbird. Fly away. There we go. There's 2 hummingbirds. Go hummingbirds, go! Okay, so I got the barbecue sauce on. I was ready to say hummingbird sauce. Alright, so mix the barbecue sauce on the pork chops and let it cook inside. And I'm going to remove these baked potatoes because baked potatoes are just about done. Put these cooked baked potatoes on a little plate here. Because these are done. Here's the big one. Make sure I don't drop it. Alright, so let's cook the pork chops some more. Be done in a few minutes. Okay, so let's flip the pork chops onto the other side. Let them cook. Over here. Try to get a better cooking evenly. And let's put some barbecue sauce on this side. Almost out of barbecue with the Heinz Kansas City barbecue sauce. Limited amount left. That does it. Squeeze every drop. Okay, it should be done maybe 5-6 minutes. Okay, so the final few minutes for the pork chops to be served. I'm neat dinner, pork chop, baked potato, corn on the cob, and garlic toast. See? Okay, so I'm going to continue the project. I went to Lowe's and he got 5 more bags of the sand, of this paper sand. I got a broom. So I am going to sweep all this stuff up and get to work on it. Got it's called Quickie Bulldozer Surfaces Multiples, Indoor Outdoor Use. Boom. So let's get to work. 18 by 46, 18-inch broom, 46 centimeters, and it says assembled in the USA, which is surprising because I always think of everything being made in China, or nothing's getting made in the United States. The broom itself is probably made in China though, but it's assembled in USA, and I'll be assembling it too. So let's get it together. And also sweep up that vegetation, picked up the vegetation that was on the side against the wall. And so I'm going to sweep the rest of it up and do the rest of it with the broom. Okay, so let's assemble this broom on the handle and start sweeping. And so let's make sure it's all nice and tight. I gotta fix this. I use both hands. Okay, there you go, nice and tight. So let's start sweeping. First, I'm going to sweep this excess leaves that I remove those branches off. Sweep the sidewalk, sweep the driveway, and then fill in with the sand. Squeezy time. Okay, so that's the initial sweep of the sand I've already put down. So I'm going to put more sand down and sweep it in these holes, fill in the holes, make the driveway hopefully look nicer and more level, and get weeds from going in the cracks. Okay, so let's get the second bag down. First bag results so far, and it's looking much better. A lot of sweeping to do though. Okay, so I got all 5 bags down. So now I'm going to sweep all the stuff up. Put the last. Okay, so we got the driveway all cleaned up. Got the holes and the cracks filled in with that sand. So it makes it look a lot nicer. Once it dries up, it'll look really good. Well, it won't look really good, but it'll look nicer than it was. Like I said, I got the holes filled in. But maybe it's just a temporary fix. Or I get other stuff that'll be a permanent sealer thing. Little crack here that still needs a little bit of hole filling. But all the big holes are filled in. So it looks a lot nicer, and I'm sure when it dries and the sand blows, excess sand blows away, it'll look pretty good.